So everyone, we are back again with an update of Moro and what he's been doing in the last 5 months from the night I call the Rocket League incident. It's refuting his latest bullshit video. And yes, I know, I'm tired of it too, but that's Moro for you guys. Can't leave things go, so here is my video. So I need to point out Moro's first lie, and it's a very, very recent lie as well. Moro just the other day uploaded a video called YouTube Turns to Fascism, I'm Leaving the Platform. He uploaded that on both his YouTube channels. Not even a day later, Moro decides to re-upload a video that YouTube had taken down by the name of The Real Zarius Tyridius. Moro tells all and corrects. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, is on one hand, Moro's making videos telling he's not going to upload to YouTube anymore due to YouTube being monsters. And then Moro goes and uploads another video to YouTube. But the video is once again about me. Now the thing in this situation is, Moro feels that he is able to make all these videos about me, debunking, refuting all these videos, and says he's going to continue to make these videos. However, if I made one, or anyone debunks what he says, that's what he calls slander and harassment after 4 months. What does Moro actually expect? Does he expect to put out a video and bash people's names, slander their names, defamation of character of their names, make up all these lies, rumors, and, hogwash, and expect nothing back? No responses? No, Moro. This is where I fight back. Just the other day, I happened to be watching my friend's YouTube channel, and lo and behold, what do I see? A comment. Why aren't you calling Zarius out for abuse, slander, and the ongoing harassment? Now, this was uncalled for. This was unneeded on my friend's comments. But Moro needs that extra bit of length to try and goad people. So I'm going to put the comments up on screen now so you can all to see what he's actually said. Now, down the bottom, I say, please leave this off people's YouTube channel comments, which is a fair call. Why spill it over to somebody else's? I am more than happy to get into a call with you and discuss this once and for all. Because I don't want it to carry on. We all want it to stop. But he's the one that's choosing to carry it on. Yet he's saying that we are harassing him. Fucking bollocks. And what was my reply? What was my response? At Zarius Plays. Get bent. I have every right to defend myself from your slander. You don't get to slander me, put my life in danger, bollocks, have me consistently deal with harassment, bollocks, and then demand my silence, disgusting. So I carry on, and I respond in which way everybody would respond. And take note, he's actually changed his name from Moromillas Radec's Gaming and Pastor channel to Moromillas Radec. I state, I will also continue to defend myself, so be it. I've asked you nicely to stop with it all. Others have also. And you are the one who has chosen to keep it going. So be it. This just proves once again that you are the one that's carrying on with all this nonsense, not me. Then so be it. There are no videos of you, Moro. None whatsoever. They're all gone. If you choose to rehash things that nobody cares about other than you, then so be it. But don't think for 1 second I'm going to not defend myself. It can all go away. Just remember, it's you that's making these videos about me, not the other way around. You are putting out slanderous videos of me weekly, not the other way around. People can see this. This is why people react. They can see your channel and mine, who is carrying it on, and who is harassing who. So once again, I am asking in this comment section to leave it go and stop. However, if you do continue to put out videos about me, I will defend myself. Not only I've read that, but I happen to have a message sent to me by a follower of Moro's and mine. Whoever this guy is, Jar Jar Bink 75, said, chill out, dude. Moro's response was only the most despicable would be able to say something like that to someone that's been doxxed and slandered and is now facing repeated harassment. Fuck you, Moro, you stupid cunt. You are the one that keeps on harassing me and my friends and stuff like that, and everybody sees it. You can play the innocent card, mate, but it don't wash with me or anybody. They all see what you're doing. You're putting out videos about me on a weekly basis, trying to rehash things and add your own little fucking spin on it. Now, I have to apologize in advance here, and this video is probably going to be long, but it's going to be entertaining, and I encourage you all to watch to the very end. But if you're fed up with listening to me or Morrow's videos rehashing the same things as me refuting right now, yet again, then check out the description for the timestamp where you can skip to where I expose Morrow for the type of person he is, and wherein myself, my children, Gamerhood, Kirkster, Bloodrose, and her children, and many others are all having to deal with. Now, as he says in the latest video, he says after 4 months later, he is still hounding people about something that was so small that only he cares about, yet still bringing it up to his only few subscribers that he has left. He said that he's refusing to stop making videos about this, and he's claiming that we are the ones that are harassing him. Well, no, fucktard. You are making these videos. That means you are the one continuing on with it all, and harassing me by making more pointless videos just to get a name for yourself or try and slam my name on YouTube. Well, clap, clap, dickhead. This is why people are laughing at you. He starts off by saying that these videos, and he is still being harassed by pieces of shit after 4 months. Well, no, Morrow. You were putting out the videos almost 5 months later, and because you get dislikes on your videos about me, you are calling that harassment, or calling it dislike bombing, or even Zarius is sending his goons over. When on both Morrow's channels, he has dislikes on almost all his videos, and has done since he started them. He even did a video years ago about the amount of dislikes he was always getting. This is all before I fell out with Morrow. Now, are you seriously all there, Morrow? I have to ask this. Are you all there? Because it doesn't seem that you are. People have their own opinions, their own thoughts, and their own actions. If you make a video that people are fed up with or they don't like, they will give you their honest opinion, if it will be in a comment or a dislike or a like. So why are you making out it's me or my friends that you call goons or your ex-subscribers, when this is an issue you have always had? Have you even thought for 1 second, is it anyone else who are subscribed to your channel for gaming content that all they are getting is dribbling bullshit about another YouTuber? Maybe they are subbed to watch a video on the hope you are going to play a game or even boil some pasta, but is left with some bullshit that happened 5 months ago that nobody even cares about other than you. And why are you blaming me or your ex-subscribers for that? I don't even have the time, let alone waste my breath mentioning you. So instead of you bullshitting and telling people lies again, saying it's me, and getting angry at me for something I have no control over, maybe you should start focusing on your own life and channel instead of pointing fingers, or as you say, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. Also in his latest video, right at the start, you can see the 14th of November, which is over a month ago now, claiming harassment on again, on videos about me being dislike bombed. He goes on and on calling people names and slagging them off, and then he wonders why he's getting dislikes and comments defending me. He's not bright enough to see what he's actually doing. He's bringing attention to himself, and it's not in a good way. He's just making himself look more of a fool by rehashing old videos, by constantly repeating himself. To the point now he needs the comment section to produce new content for videos on his channel. He claims this is all over exiting a game. No, you complete fuckstick. This is over a message I sent you after you bluntly ignored your so-called friends. And the stupid, exposed video of Zarius. If you had any kind of balls whatsoever, you would have confronted me in a call, but no. You're a keyboard cowboy who has to hide behind a video trying to expose people. You low-life, pathetic piece of repulsive shit. All this because I sent him a private message on Skype chat, which Moro claims and still thinks is abusive. I've shown a copy of this message to a police officer, which is a higher authority, and other people just to get feedback and their thoughts about it, just to make sure that maybe Moro is right, it is abusive. And to my surprise, when I asked the number one question, is this message to a friend abusive in any way or form, they said, no. Who thinks that? And no, there is no abuse in a message to a friend which is a mate aggro or banter. He also goes on to say if he exits the game, he doesn't have to say anything to us pieces of shit. People that he claimed were friends and fellow YouTubers he was collaborating with on a video. You don't do that when you're working on a stream or a video with other streamers. You don't let them know when you're ending the stream. God, come on, dude. With that attitude, just like that, he wonders why people get fed up with it. He also states that I sent, right? Listen to this, that I sent a 19-year-old girl over to his channel to harass him. Like he is fucking losing the plot here, guys, or am I seeing something completely different? It's like he's living in the Matrix, in an alternate universe, an alternate reality that's not here in the real world. If anything, I would encourage people to stay away from such a toxic person and a channel, let alone tell them to go over to his channel and give him views on rehashed videos. Old news, old school. I think it's all gone to his head, and not in a good way, and I urge you to seek help, Moro, because the way you come across in these videos, by name-calling in an aggressive manner, is disturbing. And remember, this is a conversation between a 19-year-old girl and Moro, not me. This was in the comment section that he was arguing with a 19-year-old girl. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm the one that's still being slandered and harassed by you pieces of shit. 4 fucking months later, I have every right to defend myself. I have every right to refute this slanderous bullshit that you guys have spread about me, that you guys are still harassing me about. Hey, and fuck you for saying call it quits. You don't get to demand my silence after slandering me.
And furthermore, the girl in question was only asking him to drop it as we all have moved on from this. And this is something other people have done as well. Kirkster was one of them. He asked to stop it all, and Moro called him a monster. Now Moro seems to forget when he said to me about his other channel, the one he talks about Aspergians and autistics, and that he was afraid that those people would find him on his gaming channel and dislike bomb his gaming videos. Even videos that have me in it, with Moro, have dislikes. But somehow that has moved away from there and turned it on to me, and he's accusing me and pointing fingers at me if I'm the one that's doing it. And that's just absolutely pathetic and fucking desperate. Why would I waste my time? Why would I even bother? What do I gain from it? I don't get nothing in return. Why would I even bother and put myself in a situation like that? And why would I simple myself? You are fucking absolutely, well and truly off your rocker. So not only he's going to change.org, Facebook, other social media platforms, and YouTube, he is now going to bitshoot.com and slandering my name and my friends over on those websites as well. What gives him the right and be allowed to make up all these lies and rumors, slandering my name, slandering my friends' names, slandering my family's names, and have no response back. And if you do give him a response back, you're classified as a slanderer or abuser. A one-way track in Moromillas' mind. Absolutely disgusting, pathetic, and childish. You say you're being constantly harassed, yet nobody is commenting on your other videos. They are not harassing you by messaging you on Skype, messaging you on Facebook, messaging you on Twitter. The only time anyone comments on any video is because of yet another video you have put out about me. And this whole situation about the message I sent to you, your version of abuse and harassment, which is not people harassing you, dude. It's them refuting your claims on yet another video made about me. And it's their own free will. You are making shit up on the fly as you go along and calling people names all because they don't agree with you or ask you to drop this, and you're taking it beyond where it is really getting out of hand. Moro goes on in the video saying about me saying his real life name in a video. And look, to everyone who's listening now in this video, I did say his real life name, which means his first and his last name. And I did that out of frustration on the video that he put out. So yes, if anyone's unsure about, oh, what did Zarius do? Yes, I did mention his real life name. So yes, am I guilty? Am I guilty of saying his real life name in a video? Yes, I am. Right? I did say his real life name. Am I wrong for saying his real life name in a video? Yes. 100% wrong. Will I ever do it again? No, I will not. That video where I did that has been removed, and has been removed for a long time, along with all the others, the other videos, the response videos, that I chose to take down in order to let this whole situation be dropped and be done with and over it. It's just childish, it's stupid, and it's not helping anybody. But he states that he is refuting videos that no longer exist on my channel. And when he says he's been harassed 4 months later, that's him putting out the videos that he downloaded off the internet of mine, taking snippets and parts of the video, uploading it with all his shit. Now, no one can see the videos on my channel because there are none, so no one in the whole world can come across these videos. Yet the 3 or 4 people that actually watch Moro's videos, he's making videos for them. Fuck off! How naive and stupid do you think people really are, Moro? Seriously, dude. Man the fuck up. Grow up. Ignorant twat. Now, please take note as well, guys, that this is still a conversation in the comments section with a 19-year-old girl, right? Not me. I'm not in this conversation at all. But somehow along in this video that he made, he's involving me. And this is clearly between a 19-year-old girl, a girl of legal age and a year above, having a conversation with him in a comment section. Not me involved. Right? Which she's got her own thoughts and own opinions. Okay? Let's make that very clear. But still, Moro is feeding you full of fucking bullshit saying I'm putting up a 19-year-old girl to fight my battles for me. Fuck you, Moro. Grow a pair of fucking balls, dude. Now, he also goes on to say in this video that he asked me for a death threat evidence. He never asked me for a death threat evidence. Did I receive a death threat? Yes, I did. Do I need to explain myself to an ignorant arsehole like Moro? No. But did I receive one? Yes. Have I seen legal action? Yes. Have I seen the authorities? Yes. Now, if Moro did ask me, personally, I would have responded with, it's none of your fucking business, on how I conduct my real-life issues. And once again, I urge him to get his own life and stay out of mine and anybody else's that doesn't concern him. He then goes on to read comments saying for him to stop, and he is replying to that as still being slandered and harassed. Morrow is doing it to himself by uploading all these rehashed videos. I can solve this right now, everybody. I can solve this problem. If Morrow feels this way, then why in God's name is he still making disgusting videos and rehashing the upload videos and getting himself all worked up when only a couple of people watch his videos? It's simple. Just let it go. Nobody even cares about Morrow. No one even cares about him or what has happened. Only he does. And by Morrow making these videos, he's making himself frustrated as to why people are disliking his videos or even commenting on those videos, because they're about me. And just like anybody else, if there was like Jacksepticeyes or PewDiePies and stuff like that, you're gonna have your fanboys. You're gonna have your fangirls. And if people don't agree to what the person's saying, they're gonna dislike. If they agree, they're gonna like. That's what the common sense is why you two put thumbs up and thumbs down. But if you haven't got a fucking backbone and you haven't got a thick skin, you shouldn't be on a platform where you're live streaming or streaming to people around the world for their opinion. So man the fuck up. I'm also making this video because everything now with Morrow has gone nuclear. Speaking malicious and slanderous lies about me, my family and children, and making up more lies as to why I live in the UK at present. So before we delve into the shocking exposure of this person Morrow, not only from me, but other few people who have come forward, I need everyone to get a backstory on how it all began, which is the night I wrote him a private message on Skype chat, which he thought and still thinks was abusive, and how he thought it would be great to try and expose me in a video to land views off a friendship of over 15 years. On July 13th, 2019, 4 months, almost 5 months ago, Morrow, Gamerhood and myself played a game called Rocket League. Morrow asked myself and the Gamerhood if we would like to play that night, and Gamerhood and I both said, we're not going to stream tonight, but we will join you in a collab so you can do your daily stream, because Morrow used to stream daily. Now at 2 hours, 17 minutes and 33 seconds into that stream of Morrow's, he decides to exit to the main menu, then carries on to exit the game. At this point, Gamerhood and myself were waiting on the main screen, when at 2 hours, 18 minutes, Gamerhood says, where did Morrow go? Now note guys, you can still see this video on his channel under the timestamps and the title, deleting this garbage off my PC, Rocket League, in brackets, featuring Zarius and Gamerhood. At this point, Morrow is still live streaming and is still in our Skype call. We are aware that Gamerhood and I are in there as well, asking where he is. And Morrow refuses to answer Gamerhood. Then at 2 hours, 18 minutes and 15 seconds, I go on to ask, Morrow, are you there? Now looking back on his video, Morrow hears me calling for him and looks away, still not answering myself or the Gamerhood, while still in a Skype call with both of us. So I go on to say, did he get disconnected? And still no reply from Morrow. At 2 hours, 18 minutes and 32 seconds, Gamerhood goes on to see if he's still online. He comes back and says that he's offline, yet Morrow is still live streaming. As the video in question shows, he is still in our Skype call. At 2 hours, 18 minutes and 44 seconds, I begin to type, hello, are you there? And still Morrow refuses to answer, either Gamerhood or myself. At 2 hours, 18 minutes and 54 seconds, Gamerhood tells me that Morrow has a black screen on his stream. Morrow then raises both eyebrows, looking like, oh well, still not saying a word, even though he's still in the call with both of us. And at 2 hours, 20 minutes and 9 seconds, Morrow begins to uninstall Rocket League. Now take note here, guys, because Gamerhood and I still haven't heard a word from Morrow, and we are still waiting for him in the main game lobby. And at 2 hours, 20 minutes and 44 seconds, Morrow silently mimics and waves bye-bye at the end of his stream. At this time, Gamerhood and I are still in the game waiting for Morrow to come back, but he never did. So after the stream, Gamerhood logged off and went to bed, and I ended the group call. And then I wrote that message to Morrow, the message that Morrow claims to be abusive, with still no reply until later. Now on July 23rd, 2019, this is 10 days after that live stream, Morrow decides to make and try and show me up by doing an exposed video on me, showing everyone the message I wrote to him after that stream. Morrow could have come to me directly and spoken to me about it, if he had a pair of balls, and had a conversation, but no, after that day of the live stream, Morrow and myself never spoke again. Like Morrow does to other people on all different platforms, as he has done to me, he has to claim abuse or slander. Of all the people I have spoken to about that message, they have all said there is no abuse in it. It's a message between two friends who one was annoyed at the other for leaving them high and dry like an idiot. And I mentioned in a previous video that I asked him, show me where the abuse is in that letter. And I got shunted, I got blasted. No, just ignored, because he can't point and finger point exactly where it's abusive. So, on screen, right now, I will put all this up on screen, and I'd like to hear in the comments section where you think it's abusive, where anybody thinks this message that I sent a friend out of frustration, where the abuse is. So whilst you're reading that, I'm going to give you an example. You and your friend are at a bar, a pub, at a shop, and you're having a laugh with your friend, so you buy another round of drinks, and your friend just leaves the bar without saying anything, gets into a cab, and goes home, leaving you at the bar thinking he or she has gone to the bathroom, only to find that he or she is gone, leaving you at the bar looking stupid without a word. Now, what would you say to that person? Right? The person's just up, you're having a laugh, and the person's just up, walked out to the cab, gone home. Didn't say so long, didn't say, oh, thanks for the evening, thanks for the beers, I'll see you tomorrow. Just up and goes, doesn't say anything. Now, would you be all happy? Would you be all happy about what they just did? And say, oh, it's okay, no, cool, not a problem, haha. Or would you be annoyed and write a text out of frustration saying, where the fuck are you? Why would you just up and leave me without saying anything, standing at a bar with 2 beers at the bar? Is it normal just to up and leave without saying anything to your friends, with no courtesy or respect? Or even leave another streamer who you are collaborating with without a word? No, it's not. However, Morrow believes that it's perfectly fine to do that to people. As he said, it's because he was having a bad day.
I don't have to fucking say anything to you pieces of shit. If I want to be upset and exit out of a game, it's none of your fucking business. None of your fucking business. Piece of shit.
And not once did he mention to us that he was having a bad day, before or through the stream. And if he had, both Gamerhood and myself would have said to him, don't bother streaming, it's not worth it. In response to his first exposure video, I too made a video tomorrow. And in that video I did say his real life name, and I have apologized many times and regret saying his real life name in that video, which I've just stated just before. Now, YouTube contacted me after Morrow reported the video and gave me 48 hours notice to comply to remove it or edit it or keep it as live. However, agreeing with YouTube that what I did was wrong by mentioning his real life name, I removed that video in accordance to YouTube. Now, I'm going to put a snip up on screen now so you can actually see that I had 48 hours to remove it and didn't edit it until a later date. Now, on October 15th, of 2019, Morrow uploads a video of me again saying I doxed him. This is 5 days after I removed that video. In this video of Morrow's, he shows me saying I wouldn't do that. However, he failed to show you the rest of the conversation and the rest of the story behind it. he didn't show you his sock accounts that he was coming in under the name of Gamer Hero and other fake accounts that he uses to troll or harass me and others in a live stream chat. Are you the guy who doxes people, he says. Now, personally, I replied, no, I don't do that. The video clearly says I don't do that. And I don't do that meaning to people, which in turn I did to one person. And that one person was Moro. Not to persons or people, person. Moro, which means only one. And once again I apologized for it and have not ever done it since, and nor I will ever do it again. That video was removed and no longer exists. Yet this is still not enough for Moro. He needs to keep this drama going. That's the sort of person he is, guys. So then he makes yet another video on me. Now this one is about hoaxes. So I will give him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't go AFK until after the stream ended, which still begs to differ his original answer as to why he bluntly ignored Gamerhood and myself on our Skype chat and didn't reply when we were calling out his name on Skype call. So I apologize for that, Moro. He was having a bad day, which gives him all the right, guys, to be ignorant to his so-called friends whilst being in a call with us. Yet this is still not enough for Moro. He still needs to carry on with his drama even further that he is very well known for on many platforms. His new video is all about brainwashing an audience, which Moro's video is just stupid, pointless, and outright childish. That he severely chops and edits snippets of an almost 2-hour stream video that is no longer on my channel, that makes out all I say is, note, all the videos on Moro have been removed from my channel for a good while, and with good reason, as I find the whole situation just childish and pointless, guys, and I just want it all to stop. I've had friends and subscribers all say to me what he is doing by rehashing the same videos, carrying on with it time and time again to get a name for himself is just ridiculous, immature, and a sign of being very desperate. But this is Moro for you. And this is the stuff that your guys are not seeing. Whilst this is all being posted to his gaming channel that makes him look like he's having a serious mental breakdown about it, he is uploading more videos about me on sock accounts that is 100% dribble of lies and pure slander of defamation of character, which is a very serious crime all over the world. Nothing in those videos are even remotely close to anything truthful. He lies about my ex-wife, my children, my finances, my fiancé, and my family, and why I'm apparently living in the UK, and continues reading off a script that obviously took days to write, thinking more and more complete lies to slander my name. Yet he's the one who says that we are slandering him. Fuck off! To pester and harass me with all this because of a private message that I held no abuse in it at all. That he's taken completely out of fucking context, read it the wrong way, and thought that I'm having an abusive attack on him. Fuck, dude, grow up. Even 10-year-olds can read that and say it's just banter between two friends, though I was frustrated. And I'm not denying I wasn't fucking happy, I was frustrated. All this garbage that he rants on about in these videos are words from a very dangerous person's mouth with no evidence or backup. Just a dribbling straw grasper looking for attention and to paint me as a prick. All this because of a message I sent to him and as to why he just up and left without saying anything on a video. Now it's pretty bloody sad, I get it, that somebody can do this to somebody who used to be a friend after so long, just to gain views and try and ruin someone's reputation and personal life to protect their guilt. All because of what he did that night was wrong, even to the point of setting up a change.org page trying to silence me on YouTube. That's right. This is how far this prick is going. Going to change.org, fucking whining and whinging to change.org to silence me. A petition to get signatures. Yet only one person signed it, and that's him. Now, I personally think it's because I don't want to be friends with someone like that after he finds it okay to just ignore someone who he claims that they're his friend. And also got to do with the fact that I no longer want to associate myself with such a cowardly, vile person who is widely known to hide behind a keyboard on the internet and do this to other people. In this video, he claims that I fled the country after I was arrested by police, and that the crime he claims I committed, police don't stand for. Now, the crimes that he claims that I fucking done, Australian police don't stand for it, which would lead me to having a criminal record, which I do not have, as I am able to travel from country to country. And now, as anyone knows, and anyone can search this up, anyone knows having a criminal record, right, no matter how big or small, it strickens you from any international air travel, either leaving or returning, especially Australia, as their borders are very tight-knit when it comes to crime. How the fuck was I able, because all the computers are linked, leave Australia to live in the UK and able to fly back to Australia if I'm a criminal? Because he's full of fucking shit. He's lying to everybody. This is how stupid and pathetic and low he needs to go. As many of you already know in the past video, my real-life friends and close family all know I left Australia in 2017 to a breakdown of a marriage that Morrow knows absolutely nothing about. This arsehole has made this cock and ball story and fucking just running with it. Things happen on a daily basis, guys, in all different relationships as in life, not just mine. And that my parents being ill in the UK at the time, as you all know, I had to look after them for the short amount of time that I had with them before they both passed away in 2018. Now, if you didn't already know, guys, both my parents died in the same year and 6 months apart. And I come home because my father said that my mother was dying of cancer. So I come home to spend those last couple of months with my mother. But Morrow's ranting on about all this fucking other shit. He has no clue. I actually have a great relationship with my ex-wife. And we talk quite regular, not only just about the boys, but anything in general. And my partner frequently talks to her about anything about the kids or gossip. He also comes up with some cockeyed story about me abducting my own children when they come to visit me and my partner and my son's step-siblings and the family here in the UK because he claims that I don't care about them or the upbringing of them with my ex-wife, which is total fabricated bullshit lies. Because in many of my live streams, many people that are watching this video right now have seen and witnessed my children ring on the phone in the middle of a stream where I say, I'll be right back. My children are calling from Australia because they will always come first before anything. And I will go to any lengths to protect them. How my children can't wait to call daily so they can speak to me, their father, and their step-siblings, and their future stepmother, on how excited they are on coming over for a visit, which Morrow is trying to jeopardize now with all his fucking lies. He then rants on about how I'm a deadbeat father, that I should have worked on a marriage that he knows nothing about. And to top all that off, he went on about my deceased parents, how he says that I'm glad that they are gone. How fucking disgusting and warped is that coming from his mouth? Absolutely no respect for anyone living or dead. All this from a person who has never had a relationship of his own, who's still tied to his fucking mother's apron strings, and this has all come out because of a message that he claims was abusive. How sick and perverted and pathetic and low is that? A fucking right bottom feeder. Now, to be perfectly honest, it's none of his business how people live or run their own lives. It's something he needs to learn instead of trying to dictate to other people about theirs. Moro has no right to speak to me about my ex-wife, my children, my partner's family, my finances. What I choose to do in my life is nobody's business but my own. Just like he said in a video once that I had no right to come into his messages and abuse him. I should be saying to Moro, why is your mother not with your real father, Moro, all these years? Why are they still not together? Why are you not in a relationship? Why didn't they work on their marriage to stay together for you and your siblings? Well, I know the answer. And you would bluntly say, it's none of my business. So why are you trying to involve yourself in other people's families, in other people's business, when you have no idea? You have your own life. You should be taking care of it. But it just looks like you seem to be battling each day for acceptance now, isn't that right, Moro? He then carries on further in a new video about taxpayers' money and how he's accusing me of being on the take from the government, claiming money for a disability that I don't have. Moro knows nothing at all about my finances, and it's none of his goddamn business. In his video, he says that I was diagnosed with Asperger's. Now, it's funny this, because he's Aspergian, and he's saying that I've been diagnosed with Asperger's. Then directly after saying this, he says that I don't have it. It's funny how he said that how I learned from him about Asperger's. To make out that I have it? No. Why would anyone do this? What's the whole purpose or reason? It's very odd how Moro is known for bringing in talking about autism spectrums into any argument. His other channel speaks about it all the time, and I was told by people who have come forward and saying that he would be doing that by bringing disabilities or autistics or spectrums into any argument for a debate. In this case, Moro is claiming me that I'm autistic, that he changes his mind and says that I'm not autistic. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, seriously, what the fuck? At the end of the day, what business is it of Moro's what I have with monies or financial situation I'm in? So, fuck off, Moro, you nosy bastard. Mind your own business, you nosy, ignorant twat. At the end of the day, it's been over 4 months. And he claims that my YouTube friends, my family, and I are harassing him, saying that we are brainwashed by me, and that I'm sending people over to his channel to pick on him, yet not one of us bother. That night it all went down. There were 4 people who witnessed the events that unfolded. Now, we don't talk about him, we don't mention him, I don't even think about him. He is totally irrelevant to us. Basically a waste of breath to even think about him. All of us are so fed up with him not letting things go. Time and time again, everyone is telling him to stop and leave it go. He keeps saying that everyone is slandering him, saying that everyone is telling all these lies about him, abusing him to the point he doesn't live stream anymore. Now, the funny thing is, when he told everyone in the video that he lost half his subscribers, he failed to mention those half his subscribers were people who witnessed on the night, and the so-called people he called slanderous monsters. Moro had 10 subscribers, and here, right now, I will tell you half of those people that left are, which was myself, my partner, my stepdaughter, Gamerhood, his partner, Kirkster. Now there's 6 right there. We only people that were watching Moro and his content for support for him. Yet he is telling people that the only reason why he doesn't live stream anymore, yet he fails to mention how he comes into not only my live streams, but other YouTubers' live streams under different channel names to harass them. If you look on my channel, I have not one video about Moro except the one today. This one. However, he has a few about me. Yes, I made video responses before, but he had the first response video, the exposed video of Azarius. The videos that I made been deleted off my channel for a good while, and the only any comments of any of his videos has been when he's been making videos all about the untruths about me. Then people get called slanderous monsters if they don't agree with him. You have to agree with everything he says, or either just as bad as Zarius or a slanderous monster. He claims that I have sock accounts to bash his name. This is bullshit and so untrue.
I don't know how many of those are sock accounts from Zarius. I don't know why it would be he would make all sock accounts.
However, you have all seen his sock accounts pretending to be someone he's not. I'm not exactly sure as to what Moro has with the words slandering, slander, or abuse, or monsters, but he seems to throw it around anywhere and everywhere he can if people don't agree with him. And, as you see with these clippings shown, taken from Facebook and Twitter, show how he reacts with people if they don't see eye to eye with him, or if they disagree with him and things he says. He lashes out at people, crying slander or slanderous monster, abuse, telling people to rot in jail, burn in hell, or they deserve to die.
Wow!
Now, this is the other side of Moro that people don't see. They think, oh, he's the victim, oh, poor old fucking Moro. No. No, no, no. I call bullshit. Not only he's pushing all this shit on YouTube, but now he's setting up another platform on change.org, where I mentioned it before, where he's trying to push his bullshit about me, making a petition to have me silenced. There are no lengths as to how far this person will go to make himself look like a victim. However, I do have evidence and solid proof about him, the real Moro, from his own mother and stepfather, from other people whom Moro has slandered, and defamation of character, calling everyone slanderous monsters, how they should rot in jail and burn in hell, and who deserve to die. From many different people on different platforms on the internet, which I will be sharing you in this video, who have all come forward and have allowed me to show you the real person behind all this mess. Along with several websites of Google pages, if you type in Moromillas into Google, the comments are endless and are always the same. In the letters provided show that Moro's stepfather wrote him about many things, which some are very, very concerning, guys. As you can see with letter 1 here, I put up on screen right now for you, you can see a worried, concerned, frustrated stepfather who had Moro's best interests at heart. Yet Moro takes pure advantage of his parents. You can clearly see that his stepfather tells Moro that his mother holds a very special place in her heart for him. Yet Moro still makes her worry, and it seems that so many people do their best to help Moro out, and in return shits their thanks, and gets plastered with slanderous hatred in return. He did it to me and my partner, his friends, and his own parents, not saying what he's done to other people as well as his stepsister. You can also see on this letter that his parents jumped to help him because he was in need and in trouble. One of the main issues as to why he now lives with his mother and stepfather is because he was evicted from his apartment in April of 2019. One of the main issues as to why he now lives back with his mother and stepfather is because he was evicted from his apartment in April 2019, where his mother and stepfather took him in after Moro hadn't been speaking to them in a while until a real estate issue. One instance I recall is when he was due to have a house viewing inspection from a real estate agent, where he refused the entry to the real estate agent because he was making a gingerbread house. Do you believe that? He refused a house viewing because he was too busy making a gingerbread house. This was in December sometime of 2018, and there was another occasion in January when his real estate management was knocking on his apartment door trying to discuss his rental renewal and the lease agreement, when Morrow refused to answer the door pretending he wasn't there, even though the real estate agent heard him and knew he was home because of the TV was on, and as they were knocking, the TV was turned down, which led to a lot of heated emails between Morrow and management, resulting on management and the owner deciding not to renew his lease. And this is why he now lives back home, and why these letters have been written by his stepfather. So not only he ignores his so-called friends, but he ignores serious issues about real estate, his place of residence. His stepfather in this letter mentions about respect and how questions Morrow, do you have the same love and respect that your mother has for you? Because that night, by bluntly ignoring Gamerhood and myself, showed no respect between friends. This letter just shows he does the same to his parents. So even his stepfather is questioning as to why Morrow ignores people. This leads to Morrow refusing to come to an agreement of rent payments because Morrow refuses to leave his bedroom to communicate with his parents. His stepfather had to contact Morrow via a letter. This letter, in fact, the one I'm showing you on screen now, whilst all living under the same roof. Now, I don't know if it was slipped under his door because Morrow's got his door locked. I don't know. But I think the whole thing is pathetic and sad that he won't come out and talk to his stepfather. See, Morrow thinks an easy upgrade to the home internet service that benefits himself and a couple of dollars will cover the cost of weekly rent for water, gas, electricity, and the rest of monies that would normally cost a person hundreds per week. Morrow already stated that he deserves a reduction in rent because if he goes to the shops to get something and he deems that as a delivery service, and that the price should be reduced for his troubles, whereas anyone who lives together that goes to the store for themselves wouldn't charge a flatmate or a parent the cost for picking up something from the store if they're going there anyway. That his stepfather is not tolerating Morrow's attitude for ignorance no more. Long story short, as you see further on within this letter, his stepfather just had enough of his attitude, and Morrow seems to do it at home, where he says to Morrow to get the fuck out of his house and start showing respect. Because Morrow doesn't have any for anyone but himself. Because he thinks he can do and not for anyone to say anything or do anything back to him. Otherwise, it's classified as slander or abuse. When he sent me these letters, Morrow said to me, "Can you believe all this abuse from Greg?" He went on to tell me how his mum and stepdad were narcissistic abusers. What can I see is someone who has had enough of your ignorance, Morrow, and is not going to put up with it any longer. What alerts me the most of all this is where his stepfather mentions about an arsenal of weapons in his room that is totally fucked up and needs to go today if it's true. It makes me think, did he threaten his parents that he had an arsenal of weapons that he feels that he needs to keep and be safe within his own family home? Does he feel that his parents are going to hurt him? I don't know, but it's very concerning, having an arsenal of weapons. I mean, here in letter 2, right, this is the second letter, which is a notice to vacate from his parents' home. Just shows that he has no respect for anyone but himself. His stepfather goes on to mention in this letter that the reason as to why he's giving the letter to Morrow to vacate is after being told many times that what he is doing is an immediate danger to all who live under the premises. By overloading the electrical circuits of an oven, a fridge, a cooker, and electrical devices, yet Morrow does what he likes and shows no care. Morrow cooks in his bedroom. He cooks his food. He eats his food in his bedroom. Like, who does that? Does everything you would do in a kitchen, but in a bedroom, without a care in the world. His stepfather says it's unacceptable and he will no longer provide any further help or opportunity. Morrow is living in his bedroom, right? And it says on here, you can read it by yourself. Morrow is living in his bedroom with clutter, scattered debris, food, unclean dishes and cookware, open food containers, and on top of that, general waste. This is like a homeless person, guys, on the street to live. Yet he's living like this in his parents' home, in his bedroom, whilst disrespecting his parents' rule when they're asking him to stop. I can honestly see why he's going to have an eviction notice from the apartment he used to live at. And now his parents' house? I wouldn't like it if my life was in danger of it. Then it shows he is in thousands of dollars of debt to his parents. He still refuses to discuss figures of rent. Like, how is he able to do this to his own parents? He's telling me how he's got over X amount of thousands and thousands of dollars, enough for a deposit for a house, yet he refuses and can't come to an agreement with his parents of living in a home after they took him in to help him, to stay silent and ignore what's going on, to the point people just have enough and they refuse to bother with him anymore. I feel so sorry for his parents having to put up with such a vile piece of shit who has no respect for anyone but himself. But everyone gets it, Morrow. You're desperate. You need that debate and drama in your life. You need some direction in your life because you don't do anything with it apart from hibernating in your bedroom, playing video games, or harassing people on the internet, hiding behind your computer screen, not being in the real world, having to try and involve yourself in other people's lives, which is absolutely disgusting. So no, Morrow, you are the disgusting, slanderous monster. You are the harasser. You're the piece of shit. You're the well-known internet troll who does this shit to everybody who disagrees with you and that has a different opinion of yours. Get off your high horse, mate, and become something in the real world. And that is Morrow, the person that claims to be the victim in everything. Yet on his videos, he can come out and say this or that about me. He can say this or that about other people. He can slam their names and badger people. He can call them names and call them pieces of shit. However, if you do that back tomorrow, he cries slander. He cries abuse. And he makes more videos to the word refute his claims of being classified as a slanderer. Yet you've all seen it now. You've seen my past videos and you've seen this video today. Morrow is a very toxic person. And as of now, I'm going to put on the rest of the Facebook and Twitter posts and the person that's contacted us on screen now for you to actually see of the website that he runs, how Morrow was harassing them and claiming harassment and abuse by other people. Also, at the end of this video right now, I've got few people in their own words, on their own free will and their own opinions of this whole situation. Witnesses and people that Morrow called slanderous monster, giving statements once and for all for everyone to hear that what this person, Moromillas, is making all this information off the top of his head just to paint me, my YouTube friends, as pricks, slanderers, harassers, abusers, which in fact, the person that's doing it all is Moromillas himself.
So, on this whole moral situation that's been going on, um, it's been dragged on for quite a bit now. We have pretty much washed our hands of it all. We don't really give a damn anymore. But to be made out that we're goons and monsters and stuff like that, it's there's only so much people can take. And then when your family gets involved, when he brings your family into it, it's that's below the belt. Everybody's got a mind of their own. I'm doing this off my own back. I am not being persuaded in any shape, way, or form from Zarius or that. This is my own thoughts, my own mind. We are, as I said, very, very sick and tired of it. We were getting on with our lives. We were having good streams. We were having banter, having a laugh. Moral never even got mentioned. I mean, you say it's petty, it's pathetic. The end of the day is grow up, mate. Grow up, get some professional help. It's as I said, it's ridiculous now. I mean, you say you're picking on somebody for no reason. I mean, you say you're saying that Zarius is doing this, he's docking videos and he's doing that. Apparently, he's sending all us to dislike your videos and that. No, Moral, twist that round, mate. That's you doing that to us. You were coming into my stream, and I was doing a live stream of what was it, Minecraft, and it was dedicated for kids. You came on and called me a liar and everything on this stream. I'm sorry, but that was for kids. That wasn't for adults. Well, adults could watch it if they wanted, but it was mainly aimed at kids, and you came in and started your nonsense. I mean, say, come on. But where's the need? We are putting streams out for the enjoyment, to see people's reactions and enjoy their enjoyment, We're not needing a silly wee 2-year-old laddie like you coming in and being all like, oh, boo-hoo, the dummy's out the cot. You're well known for doing this trolling business. There's websites, there's groups, there's loads of things. If you put Moromillas in Google, it'll come up with that you're a troll. You do this to loads of people. I mean, say you done a video a long time ago stating about dislike bombing and that. There must be a reason why folks should dislike a video. What's your reason? You came in and bombarded Zarius, me, and on Tyradis' page, channel, sorry, with dislikes. But it didn't match up with the views. It would say, for example, 10 views, and then there'd be like 50 dislikes. The maths doesn't add up, But yeah, we have got on with it. There's loads of people that have got other statements and stuff. And yet again, I'm going to say this is my own mind. I have not been told to do this or anything like that. I chose to do this. So just to make that clear, I am doing this off my own back. But when you're bringing like my name through the mud and Zarius's name and folk that I care about, it needs to stop. Me say, come on, just end it. Yes, we had videos up in the past. I'm not going to deny that. But then we saw the bigger picture and went, what the hell's the point? What's the hell's the point in keeping them up? Because you were coming along, Moro, and taking samples of it and making it into your own video with bits that didn't even make sense, but made you out to be the victim. You're not the victim here. You are picking on us. You're slandering us, not the other way around. And to bring people's, as I said, kids into it, call them, what was it? retarded or something, was it? That's ridiculous. You do not come along and call people monsters or retarded or anything like that. People have got learning disabilities and stuff as well, you know. So basically, you turn around and saying, "Oh, you're retarded," that's picking on somebody with a learning disability as well. You know, there's just no need. I've got family that's disabled, and that really offended me when you turn around and called somebody that we care about retarded. So my final word is you really need to seek help. You really do, because there's something no right there. Me say, can you not see with all the stuff on the internet from group pages, as I said before, you know, your name is plastered everywhere stating that you're a troll, that you pick on people that disagree with you. I mean, say, what would you say if I turned around and said, I hate mushrooms? Would I be a slanderous monster because you like mushrooms, maybe? You know, I hate mushrooms. They're disgusting. I don't like them. Texture's horrible. But if you loved them and you said, you know, and I disagreed with you, you'd be like, oh, you slanderous monster. But, you know, the end of the day is we're all wanting to move on and just leave it. Leave it as is. Just take down your stupid videos, stop making sock accounts, stop making other channels up, stop going on groups, ranting and raving about my friends, my family. Just stop. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Hey guys, I'm Kirkster, and I'm one of the people that Moromillas was labeling a slanderous monster even though I was being amicable about the situation. Now, before I start, I want to make this known that I'm coming forward on my own free will. Zarius did not ask me to make a statement. I offered to come forward and show my points. First of all, in early August, I decided to ask Moromillas on Skype to see if he knew anything about the mass disliking on Zarius and Gamerhood's YouTube live streams. Of course, I already knew it was him utilizing alternate accounts to conduct the disliking. Here's a message that I sent to him. Hey Morrow, I know this is very out of the blue, but have you heard anything about the mass dislikes on Zarius and Gamerhood streams? It seems weird that someone would make a bunch of alternate accounts just to give the stream an extra view, essentially giving the channel more activity when they're trying to diminish the reputation. It just seems strange to me. As you can see, I made it obvious that mass disliking someone's videos or live streams actually helps the channel. He went on to ask which videos and state, okay, I'll have a look later, trying to hide the fact that he knew it was him. I then asked him why he had Zarius' 3-hour video removed, and all he responded with was, are you serious right now? Now obviously it's a touchy subject for Morrow, as he clearly didn't want to say anything that could contradict himself. However, that's exactly what he's done. A couple of days later, he messaged me on Skype asking why I had removed him from Steam. Here is the message I sent him. I'm on Z's side when it comes to the situation at the moment. I just believe you took it a bit far when you decided to make an exposing video on him when there wasn't anything to expose in the first place. I believe you were just trying to make Z look like the bad guy in a situation when there was no need for that. Now I do understand where your mind was at with the whole thing, and I do understand that you were getting frustrated with the game and everything, but the way you took it with releasing private messages to the world was a bit overkill. There's a reason they are private messages. Now I hope this massive message doesn't come across in the wrong way, because I don't want to escalate the situation any further since there was nothing bad between us. This is just how I feel about the whole thing as it stands right now. Hope you understand. As you can see, I stayed calm and I didn't swear, as to ensure that he couldn't label me as an abuser as well. He then responds by saying that I think he's been horrid to his abuser, which I clearly never said in the message. It's not overkill. I'll show you evidence that I'm being abused and you think I'm being horrid to my abuser. This is just one of the many cases of him putting words in my mouth which I never said. Then he threatens Gamerhood and me by saying perhaps you and Gamerhood will be next, then you might understand. That's how Zarius is. All of that was on August 12th, the same day that Gamerhood received 13 dislikes on a stream that only has 17 views. Now we come to Moromillas' video titled Zarius Tyridius Doxes Me Then Lies About It, which was published on October 25th, 2 months after my conversations with him on Skype. Here's a comment I left on the video. You know what I would like? For both of you, being Zarius and you, to come to a civil agreement to remove all of the videos surrounding this issue. That way we can forget any of this even happened. Now I know both of you probably want to show the world who is right or wrong in this, but no one outside of the 10 people that watch these videos even cares, so what's the big deal? This comment is targeting you or being slanderous to you in any way. I just want you to know that. I've spoken to Zarius and told him the same thing, and he'd be happy to end this whole thing. It's up to you, Moro. He then labels me as a disgusting monster and that I deserve to rot in jail as well. Keep in mind I was 17 years old at the time of these comments, and labeling someone using pejorative labels or hate speech falls under cyberbullying, which is a criminal offense, especially from an adult towards a minor. Since then, Zarius has removed every single video that he had uploaded that involved Moromillas. However, Moro still has his videos uploaded. In early November, Moromillas created a change.org petition in an attempt to get Zarius removed from YouTube by apparently abusing the reporting system to silence him. He states that he's been the target of online harassment, including death threats. This is more lies that it was Zarius that received a death threat which was delivered to his door, not Moromillas. When a user by the name of Beth Evans, who is Zarius' stepdaughter, told Moromillas that Zarius had received a death threat, Moro never refuted it or stated that he received one. He's using the idea of a death threat to try and get him more attention towards the petition. In over 2 weeks, only one person has signed the petition, being himself, meaning he's getting no support whatsoever, clearly because everyone thinks he's being dramatic. On April 1st, 2017, although this is not an April Fool's joke, Moromillas uploaded a video titled "Why Mass Dislikes Are Not a Refutation." He says in the video, if people are disliking your videos, they should be able to say why they dislike it. He says that the reason they don't is because they can't. Instead of admitting they were wrong, they do what I like to call scraping the bottom of the barrel. One thing they do is they go for ad hom. They go on this ad hom tirade where they just make up all sorts of horrid things about me. Or they go for ad pop and they basically mass dislike the video to make it seem like it's wrong. This is exactly what Moromillas was doing in early August when he was using alternate accounts to mass dislike Zarius and Gamerhood's live streams, but wasn't saying a single word in the live chat, apart from a few statements like the coward that likes to threaten and harass people online and disgusting liar, which are clearly not valid refutations. He even shows in his own video a screenshot of some live stream chat where it clearly shows YouTube prompting him to chat under the account name GamerHero. Now, more recently, he has been uploading videos to another channel by the name of Don't Spill My Beer, where he has stated some extremely dangerous things about Zarius if taken truthfully. He said in his Why Mass Dislikes Are Not a Refutation video that people go on this ad hom tirade and they just make up all sorts of horrid things about me. This is, again, exactly what he's doing to Zarius. He complains about people doing things towards him, yet he does the exact same thing to others. In the same video, he follows this by saying, if you talk about someone's character rather than what they are saying, that is something that is completely separate from their talking points. It doesn't have anything to do with their points, and it certainly doesn't refute them. In the videos that he has uploaded to Don't Spill My Beer, he tries to defame Zarius' character by making up lies and twisted stories about Zarius' past and his apparent future intentions in an attempt to get Zarius removed from the situation. He accuses Zarius of slandering him, then does this. Here's an actual definition of slander. You guys can Google it yourselves. The action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation. All of this is just a massive sign of guilt, and he knows he's been outwitted. I've been in contact with someone by the name of Rancher, who Moromillas was in contact with in the early stages of this issue. Moromillas said to Rancher that Zarius' video defending himself was full of lies. Now, Rancher has been a friend of ours in Zarius' live streams from time to time, and it seemed like Moromillas was trying to gain support from people he'd previously been in contact with. Very recently, in December 1st, 2019, Moromillas posted another video titled Zarius and Goons Still Slandering Harassing Me 4 months later. Now, I have absolutely no idea why he made this video because there is no point to it even existing. In the video, he begins by attempting to refute Beth Evans once again, stating, imagine someone slandering you repeatedly, saying, oh, he's a lie, he's done this awful thing repeatedly over and over. You respond to it and say, oh, hey, that's not the case, here's why that's not the case. And then you get called a harasser by these pieces of shit. However, this is what Moro has been doing for the past 4 months. He has been repeatedly calling Zarius a liar and saying that he's done these awful things, especially on his Don't Spill My Beer channel, and then calling Zarius a harasser and a slanderer when Zarius explains why that is not the case. The comment made by Beth on his video, although it looks as though it was posted on November 29th based on his screenshot, was actually posted 2 weeks ago, further solidifying the fact that he is using old comments in an attempt to try and make the issue seem relevant for content. He continues by actually abusing Beth, calling her a retarded moron and a piece of shit. Moromillas continues by questioning, if you did get a death threat, why aren't you going to the police with it? Why would your first response be to talk about it online? Well, Zarius did actually go to the police about the death threat that was received. Now, whether it was sent from Morrow or not, it was still received at a very suspicious time, especially while all of this was going on. Talking about it online was not their first response, even though Moromillas stated it was. He says that posting evidence is not slander. The definition of slander is the action or crime of making a false spoken statement damaging to a person's reputation. So technically, if the evidence is damaging to a person's reputation, that makes it slander. Beth asks Morrow in another comment, calling all of us abusive monsters isn't slander. He responds with, no, it's not slander, it's a correct assessment of a person. I did some research about psychological effects of calling people monsters. Here's what I found. It perpetuates denial about abusers. As long as we continue to dehumanize abusers, we continue to be in denial. When we pretend that only a monster could do those things, we ignore the reality that a person perpetrated abuse. It gives the abuser an excuse. Calling someone a monster assumes they can only behave one way. I do believe that abusive people can change, to own up to the behavior and commit to making changes in the direction of more equal relationships is quite an undertaking. But people can make those changes. When we simply write a person off as a monster, we allow them to stay the same and never demand that they change. Now, in regards to owning up your actions, Zarius did clearly admit to doxing Moromillas and apologized for it, along with having the video removed. Moromillas continues to say that Zarius was arrested in Australia. The police, they don't arrest people if there is no possible chance of getting a conviction. Well, again, I did some research on this, and Moromillas seems to forget to do this. I found a list of what is held in a criminal record in Australia. What the offence was, the court you were at, the date you went to court, that you were found guilty, the conviction if there was one, the sentence including penalties. First of all, if Zarius was found guilty to abuse his now ex-wife, he wouldn't have been able to move over to the UK since he would have had a criminal record. In general, it is very difficult, if not impossible, to travel to any country if you have a record of convictions for violent or sexual crimes, repeated convictions for felonies, or a recent conviction for a serious crime. Plus, if police apparently don't arrest people if there is no chance of conviction, why does a criminal record only hold a conviction if there is one? That means that people are arrested given criminal records without conviction. Moromillas follows this by saying, how dare I speak out and defend myself from people lying about me? What a monster I am. I should just shut up and take it, otherwise I'm being a monster. So what Morrow is saying is that he is being a monster for defending himself, which isn't true. Since he was defending himself, but he was only doing it by defaming Zarius and his family to make them seem worse than him. He explodes when he screams into his microphone about how he doesn't need to tell us anything. If I want to be upset and exit out of a game, it's none of your fucking business. Which I guess is true. He didn't have to say anything, but it would take some common decency to let your friends know if you were having a hard time, because then they would at least know what was going on. And no, Zarius and Gamerhood didn't realize that Morrow was having a difficult time with the game, as they were concentrating on the game, not watching Morrow stream. As Zarius stated in one of his videos, he could tell that Morrow's tone was changing because Morrow was growing more silent. However, how could Zarius know exactly what was going on from the other side of the world? Moromillas then says, he went out of his way to paint me as some sort of horrid person that repeatedly lies, the disgusting piece of shit monster. Which, as I've previously said, is exactly what Moromillas has been doing on Don't Spill My Beer. Beth then states in her comment, you are clearly carrying this on because you're getting more views by using Z's name. Morrow states that he is a fucking no one. It's funny that someone who is only on 9 subscribers with only 100 videos is calling someone a no one. Plus he uses Z's names, Zarius and Tyrides, in every single defamation video towards Zarius, who if people don't know is on his way to 10,000 subscribers on his main channel. Exiting out of a video game is not doing something wrong. Me uninstalling a fucking game is none of your fucking business, you piece of shit. Me not talking to people when they demand it is not some sort of wrongdoing, you disgusting piece of shit. Morrow is right here. Exiting out of a game is not wrong. Uninstalling a game is not wrong. Not talking to people when they demand it is not wrong. However, Zarius and Gamerhood never demanded Morrow to speak during the live stream because they were too busy asking Morrow where he was because he went silent. He follows this by going back to the death threat. If there was a death threat, it would be so easy to prove. It would be so easy to take a picture on your fucking phone and show people. Why would we show someone a personal death threat when it could be used to cause even more damage? Why wouldn't we just take it to the police, which Zarius did in fact do, instead of posting a picture of it online? So what? Before Moromillas was questioning why we would post about it online, but now he wants us to? He constantly contradicting himself. Beth states in her comment, "You are really sad, Moro. You do need to get a grip and grow up," and this is coming from a 19-year-old girl. Moro says, "Yeah, sending a 19-year-old girl to harass someone on the internet. Why would Zarius bring his children into this? If Moro was so concerned about the safety of Zarius' children, why would he think that Zarius would send them into a situation that they weren't a part of in the first place?" He continues by saying, "Being childish and immature is demanding that people respond to you whenever you want. Being childish and immature is becoming abusive when things don't go your way. Being childish and immature is doing the bidding of a slanderous monster." Now on Facebook, Moromillas posted his video titled "Zarius Tyridius Doxes Me Then Lies About It," which was published on October 25th, and questions why no one is responding to him in the comments on the Facebook post. He's being childish and immature because there's no one is responding to him when he wants them to, and now he's gone to Zarius' friends' YouTube channels in an attempt to try and get them to turn against Zarius for actions he didn't commit. As you've seen from my statements and comments, it is obviously clear that I want all of this to stop. It has gone on for far too long. However, I couldn't just let this go since I've been a part of this from the start, ever since I started with Zarius. I want to reiterate that I'm coming forward on my own free will. Zarius did not ask me to make a statement. I offered to come forward and show my points. After this, I am completely disassociating myself from Moromillas or this situation, and I honestly don't want to be a part of it anymore. I have participated enough and I am done. Thank you, Zarius, for allowing me to present my statement.
Hi, I'm Bloodrose and I'm making this statement on my own free will due to being labelled as a goon, monster and several other things due to my defending my fiancé Zarius during Moro's harassment and slander campaign. I will not rehash what started all this and the whole Rocket League gate, to be honest, because it's gotten really boring now and I personally want all this to be ended, but Moro insists on continuing over and over again. So instead, I think I have to explain a little about the type of person that we are all dealing with. Just like Zarius, Kirkster and Gamerhood have both done, or all three have done in this video. I met Moro through Zarius. We also helped Moro deal with a lot of his personal life issues, his real estate, to try and save him from an eviction order. We also looked into Australian laws from the UK to see if there was anything that we could do to help him. Yet Moro insisted on abusing his real estate management to the point where they refused to renew his lease. When he was given his notice, we tried to help find him tidy, affordable housing and apartments in low income, low crime areas, as Moro didn't want to pay a lot of money for where he lived. Moro's response to this was he wanted as cheap as possible, not shared. Crime rate didn't seem to matter to him, even though I was looking for properties that were in low crime rate areas. Tomorrow, he was more interested in the obesity level of the women in these areas. I did say to Z, this is a little bit odd. Surely he should be more interested in making sure he has a roof over his head before he ends up sleeping in his car than wondering and being overly concerned in how big the women in that area were. His priority should have been having a home. But Moro insisted his main priority in all this was finding a woman he could procreate with, and he's not going to find one in an area where all the women are fat. With views like that, personally, I'm not surprised that Moro is single and has never had a girlfriend. After the Rocket Gate saga, shall we call it, he refused to answer as to why he ignored the guys in a call. Instead, Moro has put up, I'd say, 7 or 8 videos now, rehashing over and over again, doctoring, editing within an inch of their life, basically to make it look as though he is in the right. He goes on and on and on about the same thing over and over again. Moro did turn around and say he didn't like the game. No one really cared. Yeah, he has every right to exit a game. None of us had any issue with that. Z and Gamerhood had no issue with that. The issue was that Moro was sitting in a call with them on screen, which is still up on his channel for you all to see, whilst they were calling him, and he ignored them. Yes, Moro's right. He doesn't have to reply to people if he doesn't want to, but it's a courteous, respectful thing to do whilst you're in a call with someone, to turn around and say, I don't want to talk anymore, I'm going. And that would have been the end of it. But no, instead of Moro actually holding his hand up and saying, I was in the wrong, we have now gone into our 5th month of a hate campaign that he has now made, to the point where he is using Zaris's videos, Zaris's image, even private photographs of me and Zaris, not only on YouTube, but also on BitChute, without permission. He's taken things from calling names and claiming harassment of himself, whereas the only time anyone ever comments on anything that Moro has put online is to refute his slander and lies about Zarius. People who personally know Zarius, whereas Moro may have had an online friendship where they played games together, but Moro does not know Zarius. He doesn't know him in the real life. He doesn't know him well enough to claim to know personal things about him, because he has never been told any of these personal things. Yet Moro is creating stories to try and make you all believe that he knows the ins and outs of Zaris's life. He knew nothing about mine and Zaris's relationship. He knows nothing about Zaris and his ex-wife's relationship. He knows nothing about Zaris and his children's relationship, other than, as everyone can see on Zaris's channel, if his children call, he will put a Be Right Back screen up, and sometimes he can be gone almost an hour because his children will always come first. Whereas Moro would try to lead you to believe that he is so self-centered that his children don't matter. But this is just Moro's view. It's Moro's way of slandering someone's reputation, trying to defame them, make sure that they have their whole life ruined, and that is what Moro's hate campaign is now doing. He has change.org petitions to try and get Zaris removed from YouTube. All over the internet, Moro does this to everyone who either doesn't agree with his opinions or refutes any claims that Moro has made or any lies that he has made up. This has been going on for years. If you type in Moromillas or Moromillas Radec into Google, you'll have your eyes opened, for sure. It's from Kiwi Farms, there's Urban Dictionary, there's Encyclopedia Dramatica. There are forums all over the Asperger and autistic forums. There are all over Facebook and everything. And every single time Moro tries to get into a debate or an argument with someone, and their views aren't the same as his, or they don't agree with him, the words slanderous monster come out immediately. The word abuser, abusive, aggressive, they all come out straight away. Personally, I think Moro needs a dictionary. I may even send him one for Christmas with circled words so that he can actually learn the meanings behind these words, because Moro is the type of person who takes a little bit of truth and will twist it into what he believes it is. And he does this over and over and over again, and has been doing it for years. There are so many people who have had exactly the same issue with Moro, but now Moro's using the YouTube platform to cyberbully someone else who has a lot more subscribers than him. Maybe, and personally I do believe that Moro would not be doing any of this if Z didn't have a channel with almost 10,000 subs. No, he's no Jacksepticeye or PewDiePie or whatever else Moro came out with in one of his videos, and Z never ever professed to be anything like them. But Moro's always floating on between 5 and 9 subscribers. Most of them are his sock accounts. But at the end of the day, would he be doing this if Zaris was just Tom, Dick or Harry down the road? No YouTube channel, no way of ruining his reputation from the other side of the world. Personally, I doubt he would. Moro goes on to call Z an abuser. This from a man who knows nothing about any relationship that Z has been in. He says he abused him in a message that he sent. So abuse now is a message asking your friend why you do something like that. Why would you ignore me? That's abusive. Seriously, Moro, get a dictionary, babe. Personally, Moro, you were the aggressive one. If anyone watched your last video, Zarius and Goon's still slandering and harassing me 4 months on, which is a load of bollocks, because no one has actually spoken to you, messaged you, or even put a thing on any of your videos, unless you've been slating Z, and then that's just refuting. That isn't harassing you. We didn't name call you. No one had to go at you. You were basically told that you were making up shit and to just drop it. But no, you even said in your video, you will carry this on. You will keep going. You will keep going. Well, carry on more, because you were making yourself look like a bigger prick than you already are. And as for the abuser, Jesus, if anyone saw your last video, that was my 19-year-old daughter that you bullied and abused. Calling her a piece of shit, gritted teeth, spitting while you were talking, calling her a retard. Why? Because she had a little bit more sense than you did and said, Moro, let's stop making up shit and drop it. That Z has no videos about you on his channel. He may have done videos about you only in retaliation to your videos, as anyone who's watched any of them can see. Yours was the first one that went up. You didn't pick up the phone and say to Z, sorry, I was having a bad day, this is what happened, or anything else. But I think I know what's wrong with that, Moro. Because during that conversation, Z told you he no longer wanted to be your friend. Is that why this hate campaign started? Because I did not see anything abusive in that, any of those mails between you. Private messages, I may add, that you aired for the public to see. Just like you aired private pictures without permission, because I've never given you any permission to use my photograph in any of your videos. Personally, Moro, I think you need help. Your views, your opinions are a little bit skewed. You seem to believe that everyone is harassing you, everyone is against you, yet you're the aggressive one. We've seen the change of you in your videos with that angry face and that twitch in your neck, and when things are pissing you off or you can't do something. Me and Z have viewed you when your mother's walked into the bedroom to give you mail, when you've snapped at her. We all saw it in every video that you've put up about Z when you lose your temper. The video you made about my daughter, where you were growling, spitting. Personally, I think you need a little bit of anger management. You also need a little bit of help in actually seeing what is reality and what is going on in Moro land. Because every single thing that you were coming out with, and you were going over and over and over and over the same boring shit that no one wants to watch, no one wants to hear. But you say you're refuting. Well, you're either harassing or refuting, so which one is it, Moro? Because if it is just refuting and you aren't the harasser, then you have no right to call us harassers, because we are just doing exactly the same thing as you, refuting your claims, your lies, which every single person on this planet has a right to do, as you said yourself. I think you need enough is enough, really, Moro. I think you're done. You can carry on rehashing the same old shit over and over again. You can dissect this video or my statement, Kirk's statement, Gamerhood's statement, or Z's. And you can make more videos up. I think personally it's because you get more views on those videos than anything else, because looking on your gaming channel, 9, 4, 6, 13 views compared to 72, 41. I think everyone can see exactly where you're going with this, Moro. Let's pop the views up a little bit and try and bash another YouTuber. And why? Because it's your little hate campaign? Or is it because you've got that bug again? That bug that you want that debate, you want that fight. Because you're an angry little man. And it's pathetic.